everybody, it's Kristin. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. Today I wanted to share with you the card that I made for Craft Roulette episode 263. The parameters for that week's was Sending Sunshine card, Spring Colors, Rodent or Rodents, and Shiny. I know, the rodent one threw me off too for a little bit, but as always, thanks again to the chatterbox that helped give some suggestions of what could be used for that, and so I think what I chose went perfectly. So we have some colors that I used, a lot of Stamps of Life products today, such as Ginger Snap ink, but since I don't really have any other ink color besides them, I went with Shooting Star from Simon Hurley, which I think loosely comes close to the sunshine color that Stamps of Life has. A Clear Skies, Rosy Cheeks, this one really came in handy, and Minty Fresh. Such great colors, and you'll see how I use them in the card here in just a little bit. So of course, Sunshine, which I got from this stencil, which was a previous Fold It Club from the Stamps of Life. It came with the bike one. Here's a stencil there for the Sunshine. Since it's here, I did not use it on my card, but I am going to keep this because it's a cute little sunshine and you just never know when I'm going to need it. However, I also... Hello Sunshine. This came from a Sassy's LLC emergency card kit. It was for volume 65. That's a newer one, so I'll make sure to link her video below that she talks about that. So there were some great sentiments that she provided that used the word sunshine, which I really liked. This one just didn't quite work, even though I really wanted to use it, but I did pick another one that was equally just as good. Then this checkerboard stencil I did end up using myself for the background. This, I like the pattern that showed on the packaging where it was that kind of rainbowy type color. I thought that fit in really well with the project. But basically I chose to use this Squirrel with Acorn. It was a more recent Fold It Club, mainly because I like the little squirrel's arms that you could put whatever you want in any direction, I suppose, or what they might be holding. And while this one shows holding an acorn and does come with an acorn or a heart in the set, I changed that up to be more of a sunflower or sun message, if you will. And here's that cute little set again, the acorn and the heart. Here's the little arms, which just by themselves remind me of jelly beans, so I might have to keep that idea in mind for perhaps Easter cards for next year. And here we go. What a cute little card. I hope you can see. But I used this light blue in the background for kind of the shadow layer, a craft color with some ink blending around the edges for the actual squirrel body. I had some cream colored cardstock that I used, and then ink blended as well with that gingerbread color from the Stamps of Life to give a little edging to that. Here's that little sun or sunflower that she's holding. Just a little sunshine. Again, that was the sentiment that came from a Sassy's LLC emergency card kit, and I'll definitely put those links below. But here are those little arms that you can kind of position however you want to hold whatever you want. It doesn't have to hold anything at all, and then you get to see the little tum-tum behind if you chose not to put anything for the squirrel to hold. I did like how the tail kind of came off the end here. I still think I could probably fit this in an envelope. In worst case, I fit it in a 5x7 envelope. So either way, we are good. Remember that Rosy Cheeks ink color I told you about? Well, it came in handy to add some actual rosy cheeks. So I really enjoyed that. I thought the little eyebrows added such a fun little touch to the personality of this little squirrel. Now I have a question for y'all. Should I put a bow in her hair or leave it off? I'll let you tell me in the comments below, and I'll see if I can't get a poll up on the community tab, or I think it used to be called community tab. I think it's called the post tab now. So let me know what you think. I was thinking maybe to bring in some lavender, maybe a light lavender or a light pink type bow for little Miss Squirrel here. But you know, maybe she's feeling bowless today. But let me know. I'd like to hear what you think. Finish the card up by adding some little diamond dots in a square shape, not so much a round. I hope you'll be able to see. Because I thought the square shape added to, since there was a checkerboard background, I thought the squares would kind of tie that in a little bit better than maybe just some rounds. Well, parameter check time. Sending sunshine card. I'll say check. Spring colors. There's those bright colors in the background, maybe a little pastel, but very, very springtime, I think, especially since we just had Easter. Rodents. Well, Chatterbox told me a squirrel fits that bill, so I'm going to say check. And of course, shiny. Ooh, well, if you can see, there's just that little bit of shine back there underneath the sunshine to kind of help represent that. One is a very shiny one is more of a matte finish, but I think that counts. So I'm going to say check. All right. Well, thank you again for stopping by and checking out my creation for episode 263 of Craft Roulette. If you have any questions, let me know. And don't forget to let me know if you think she should have a bow or not, and maybe even what color. Thanks again and have a wonderful day. Bye.